Hi everybody, I'm Alli Vellucci with GALvanize for the Who Not Do series, and today I got to sit down with Meghan Chayka. She's the co-founder of Stathlete, a hockey and analytics guru, and you've probably seen her on the Hockey News' Top 100 People of Power and Influence list, but today we get to know her outside of the rink. Sports are finally coming back to life here a little bit. A lot of news is coming with that, specifically in diversity and now women in sports, with the 15 women in the NFL coming forward about the sexual harassment. When did you first realize it wasn't really if you're going to experience sexual harassment in this industry, but more when?
I don't know if it's an industry-specific problem. I think there's a lot of issues in a lot of different sectors. So I don't think you're ever prepared, as a woman for what you're going to, walk into. So I think it's always shocking, right? It's just a human being to be treated poorly. And I think people being brave and being honest about their experiences is helping to push that forward in terms of, needed change. And I really hope that with the NFL wave and stories and other stories coming out, that we're able to be a lot more honest with ourselves about, experiences and how much things do need to change for women and just for sports in general.
You spoke at a conference a few years ago about diversity in tech and said, if you have the power to speak up, do it. Do you think we're going to see more of that coming out in the next few months after hearing about these situations?
I think so. I think, we've seen some dramatic shifts, but I think a lot of work is yet to be done. And I think it's from everyone, right? Whether you're a person of color, a woman, I think, it's a long journey, and we need allies too. We need males to step up as well and help support and be vocal about the change that needs to happen and the change that is occurring. So I'm hopeful, but I still think that there's a lot of work to be done.
Do you think people underestimate you because of how you look?
That's a good question. Sometimes, but I try not to take that to heart in terms of what my focus is, what my goals are. So from a personal perspective, I don't think it changes my mindset and how I prepare and the value that I bring to clients, the value that I bring to my employees and to people as a collective group. So I think I just try to focus on the business side and not be too concerned about how I look. I found, I can dress up and still get heat. I can dress down and wear no makeup. Today I have nothing on. I haven't done my hair. And you get people that want to say things about you no matter how you appear or what you do. So I've learned just to be very comfortable in your own skin, work really hard, have empathy for people, try to help when you can, and, set goals that, really you're passionate about and that inspire you. And I feel like you can bring the best out in yourself. And I think there's nothing wrong with, attractiveness of being a woman, same with as men, right? That's just an element of life that, we're all different. And I feel like if we can embrace, who we are, I think everyone gets the best out of themselves.
You've mentioned that some of the first things that come up when you Google your name are how you look, your brother, sometimes your golf swing. How do you think assumptions about you have driven you?
I think you have to just cut out the noise. Like I was saying before, I think it's a really long path to realize that, what other people say about you is none of your business. Your business is being the best version of yourself, being better every day, achieving your goals, achieving your dreams, having a great family, being happy. And I think a lot of people underestimate, mental health and self-care. And I think that's a huge element of having a successful career. You don't want to be a flash in the pan. You want to contribute in a lot of different ways over your life. So for me, I've sort of learned to back off of that and, stop being so concerned as I was in my 20s with maybe what people thought of me, and just create this person and keep growing towards, who I see myself being and who inspires me.
We know you, Meghan, as the hockey guru, the analytics guru. What side of you do people not get to see too often?
That's a good question. I guess, especially in business, building a company, you have to recruit really well. You have to, see gaps, inspire people, learn to work in teams, learn to build teams. I think that there's a lot of different elements of being successful beyond just having like one skill or, you know, hanging your hat in one forum. So I feel like I'm just such a blend of different sectors, and all of my experiences in the past, whether it's working in agriculture, working for the government, working in finance, I've learned and used in my career to date. So I not only do that, I also teach at a couple different universities, and I really like learning from students too. So I find just, you know, that continuous learning and getting energy from others and, you know, trying to inspire each other really feeds who I am. And I try to be a very positive person and, you know, hope to make people's lives better. And, you know, they all do to me as well.
You're obviously very successful and have a ton of accomplishments. What are some things you haven't crossed off the to-do list, either personal or professional?
You have a lot of really good questions. Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to like being better every day. Like, I don't think that, you know, I think a lot of people think whether you get a job opportunity or a big break that it's, you know, luck and you kind of fell into it. But I feel like consistent work, you know, it's like drops in the bucket and you finally have a bucket full of water. So for me, it's just being very consistent with what I want to achieve, what I'm passionate about. I love building companies. I love sports. I love hockey. You know, when I drive towards those every day I wake up. I think to maintain a healthy lifestyle too. I know we were talking earlier about running. So like fitness, health, making sure that I fuel myself to feel good every day, take care of my body and my mind, and, you know, do things too that relax and, you know, bring me joy too. So whether that's hiking, reading a good book, hanging out with family, friends, I think having, you know, just a whole life is really important to me.
If you could have a do-over, would you use it and what would you use it on?
I would say no, because I think hindsight bias, you know, you probably will choose the same thing if you went back. Yeah, I would say no. I feel like I use those do-overs to be better in the future, you know, to set more goals, to lessen the noise of others' thoughts of you and be a really good human and, you know, give back in ways that are meaningful to you. So I think it's easy to beat yourself up. And I feel like self-doubt holds a lot of people back, holds a lot of women back. So I try not to even worry about the past in terms of what I could do differently, just use it as lessons moving forward.